Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. Let's talk about the Joker. The Joker is this persona. I'm not talking about the character in the movie. It's a persona that many of us, all of us, have just a little bit in us. Some people identify with it a little bit more than others. The Joker believes that the world is play, that life is a game. An example of the Joker would be the Buddha. Hote, the wandering fool. He's the fat Buddha. I like the fat Buddha. There's a couple different Buddhas. But the fat Buddha is always happy. He doesn't take life too serious. And he's not naive and stupid. He knows there's pain and suffering. But in Buddhism, they talk about releasing yourself from suffering by releasing yourself from attachment. Why do you suffer? Because you're attached. You're attached to life. The Joker isn't so attached to life. It doesn't mean that he's nihilistic. It doesn't mean that he's suicidal. Don't think about the Joker from the movie Batman. He seemed rather suicidal. Maybe too much of a pussy to put a gun in his mouth, but he wanted Batman to do it for him. I've known lots of people in the streets that way. I was kind of that way. I kind of hoped that somebody would have killed me by the time I was 30. And in fact, when I turned 30 and I was still alive, I was shocked. And I was like, what am I still doing here? I was pretty sure I was going to be dead by now. I had to develop a life plan real quick. The Joker doesn't get so tripped out on morality, and it doesn't mean that a person who identifies with this persona is evil, because the Joker doesn't trip out on good and evil. Good and evil is a game that people play. Because you can look out into nature and realize there is no good and evil, there's no morality in nature. That's a game we play. And some people get really hung up on it. But there's certain people that just really take life seriously. So seriously to where it seems like it ruins their life. They go through life so serious, clutching, so attached to this idea of being alive, so afraid of death. A person who takes life so seriously is afraid of death. The Joker isn't afraid of death. And I think transcending that fear of death can help you to not clutch so much to life and to get so tripped out by the hardships that we go through. You know, because like say when you're playing a game, you don't always win games, and sometimes you have pitfalls, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes good things happen, bad things happen. You've played video games, you've played board games. The Joker can have fun with a game. Even if he loses, or even if it's a Monopoly game and he lands on someone's square and he has to pay a bunch of money, because that's how the game works. He doesn't cry about it or run off or throw a protest or burn a house down or go protest in the streets, go shoot up a school. He doesn't have any of these reactions. It's a game. Just laughs at it. I'll get you on the next throw of the dice. So the Joker can have fun with the game as he goes through it. Then we have social institutions, schools and churches and the law and all kinds of different institutions that they demand, they tell you, life isn't a game. There's all kinds of people that take life so seriously, and they'll slam their fists down on tables or on podiums when they're giving speeches and tell you, life's not a game. But these are all people that are clutching to life and they're afraid of death. And the Joker can never conform to the attitude of some jerk who doesn't know how to play a game properly. People who don't know how to play games properly are not fun to be around. I mean, the Joker knows that that's the point of the game. You don't play Monopoly to walk off with a big stack of bills. It's all funny money. It's phony money. The point of the game is to have fun. If you're sitting there wondering on your deathbed, what did I get out of life? You missed the whole fucking point of your life. It's not about profit, because you're not taking anything with you. And the Joker realizes this, that there's an inherent equality with all life. And he can laugh at the people that take things so serious. These rats in the rat race, scurrying through the alleyways and the streets of Babylon on their way to work. People arguing over politics. The Joker laughs at it all. And everybody just thinks he's crazy. As if he doesn't understand, as if he's naive. How foolish of you to laugh when you should be crying. You ever been around somebody who's particularly upset, whether they're anxious over the future or afraid of, or depressed over something in the past, and you try to console them, try to tell them it's all right, that everything's going to be cool and just relax, and then they get angry at you? That happens quite often. And it's not that they're just angry that you're trying to go against the narrative in their mind, because people don't like that. They want their narratives to be affirmed. They want their dramas and weaknesses to be affirmed. So when you go against it, that can be frustrating. But a lot of people want you to see life as they see it. Life is a miserable shithole. I hate it here. And people want to be in a room with other people who think that. And if you're sitting there like the wandering fool, just some fat happy idiot, you know, Hote, the fat Buddha, the wandering fool, he hung out in slums with degenerates, hookers and killers, and he gambled all day and got high and drunk. I'm not saying to be that way. I just think it's funny that he's kind of the opposite of Jesus, where people look at Jesus as this ideal character, whereas the fat Buddha is not ideal at all. He's like this Homer Simpson kind of guy. Just a happy idiot. But it's not a bad way to go through life as the Joker. To at least embrace some of that mentality so you can soften the edge. Why take things so serious? Why ruin the game by taking it so serious? The world is play. It's food for thought.